Hi, I'm Jerry, and this video is a short supplement to my in-person Tai Chi class for the Yang Style 24 form. So before we start the form, let's go over how we do the opening move. Sometimes it's called activating the Qi. In qigong, we call it opening the flow. So when we get to that part, our feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, knees are soft, ears, shoulders, and hips are in alignment. So a lot of times our chin is kind of forward. We're kind of like from looking at the computer screen too much. So you want to pull your chin in. You're not tucking it. You're just kind of pulling it back into a natural position. And just notice how when you do that, it automatically lifts the chest and it brings the shoulders, ears, shoulders, and hips into alignment. Also notice how it feels. When you're out like this, you're putting a lot of stress on your neck and shoulder muscles. But when you pull it back, your head is balanced more correctly on your spinal column. And so those muscles don't have to do any effort to keep your head balanced or on top of your shoulders. Okay, so we have our posture. Knees are soft, ears, shoulders, hips in alignment. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. As we inhale, we float the arms up. And as we exhale, we press the hands down. So some important points with this. When we inhale, we float the arms up. Always keep the arms either at or below shoulder height. If you bring your arms up above shoulder height, you're going to create tension. That requires a contraction in the neck here, and we don't want that. So let's keep them either at or below shoulder height so that we can keep these muscles relaxed. And you'll also notice that I drop the elbows first, and then I kind of lead with the wrist and then press down. And that gives kind of a water-like flowing movement in the arms. So again, we inhale, we float the arms up. And notice that I lead with my wrist. And then I drop the elbow. And then again, I'm going to lead with the wrist and press down. You can see better there. So we inhale, float the arms up, drop the elbows, press the hands down. Inhale up, exhale down. And just feel that water-like flow within your arms. Notice the sensation of movement. How does it feel to move within your body? And how does it feel to synchronize your breath with the movement? Inhale up, exhale down. Great. So that is activating the Qi, and every Tai Chi form starts with that movement, but they usually only do it once. I feel like you can get a better feel for it, though, if you repeat it a few times, kind of like a qigong set. So let's go ahead and start the position or the Tai Chi form. We'll just do the first few steps, and I'll do it like we do it in class, where you guys are behind me, following along. So hopefully I'm positioned where you can see me. Let me start over here because I go that way. All right, so we're in ready position. Feet are close but not touching. Feel your feet on the ground. Wiggle your toes. Knees are soft, not locked. Ears, shoulders, hips are in alignment. Rotate the palms to face backwards. The palms are sensing all of the energy behind us and around us. Notice your breath for a moment Shift your weight to the right foot. When you have your balance, step out to the left. About shoulder width apart. This is called standing in Wu Ji. It's the emptiness or the stillness before the form. Notice what it feels like to stand in this position. It should be comfortable and feel like it requires very little effort because your knees are soft, your head is perfectly balanced on your vertical spinal column, neck and shoulders are relaxed. As you inhale, the belly expands. As you exhale, the belly moves towards the spine. Notice the sensation of air flowing in through your nostrils. The sensation of air filling up your lungs. And the rising and falling of your abdomen. Let's activate the chi. As you inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, press the hands down. Shift your weight to the right foot. Pull the left foot in. Form an energy ball. Your right hand is on top, left is on the bottom. So your weight is on the right foot. And again, the right hand is on top of that energy ball. We're going to step out to the left, heel first. And as we shift to the left, the hands compress that energy ball and then they glide apart, parting the wild horse's mane. Now when you're in this position, our weight is mostly on that front leg, but notice that ears, shoulders, and hips are still in alignment. We're not leaning forward. When we do this, it puts a lot of pressure on the different vertebrae and the different joints of the spine. It also puts a lot of pressure and tension on the neck and shoulder muscles because they have to hold your head up. Whereas when your ears, shoulders, and hips are in alignment, all of your vertebrae are stacked on top of each other. And so that bottom vertebrae is feeling the pull of gravity, but it's also supporting all of the ones on top. And when your head is positioned correctly, it balances perfectly on that spinal column. If you tilt back, you put a lot of pressure on your neck and shoulder muscles. And if you're stretched forward or tilting forward, again, you put a lot of pressure and tension on those neck and shoulder muscles. So we want the head to be perfectly balanced on our neck and spine. So again, we just did parting the wild horse's mane, ears, shoulders, hips in alignment, not leaning forward, not leaning back. Weight is mostly forward. Shift your weight back, lift that front toe, turn it 45 degrees to the left. Now put the toe down as you shift your weight forward, we turn the palms to form an energy ball again. Push off with that back foot to pull it in. So now your weight is on your left foot, the left hand is on top of the energy ball. Step forward with your right foot, toe is facing forward. As we shift our weight forward, compress that energy ball, and that makes the hands glide apart. And again, check your posture, ears, shoulders, hips in alignment. Shift your weight back, adjust the front toe 45 degrees. Shift your weight forward, push off the back toe, form the energy ball. So now your weight is on the right hand is on top. Step forward with your left foot, toe is facing straight ahead. As you shift forward, part the wild horse's mane. Now we do a half step on this one. So we did part the wild horse's mane 3 times, then we do a half step. So our weight is mostly forward. Now put your weight all the way forward and bring that back foot in about halfway. And then you shift your weight back. And as you do that, you rotate the palms like you're forming that energy ball again. And you compress that energy ball as you turn your hips slightly to the right. And then your left hand is going to float down to brush the left knee. And the right hand is going to float up like this. Your weight is on the right foot. Lift the left foot and touch the toe. And the right hand blocks here at your forehead. We're blocking all of that negative energy. So our weight is on the right foot. Left toe is just touching. And if you're having trouble with balance, feel free to put your foot down. That's fine. Adapt your movements any way that you need to. Also, if you have any shoulder problems, leave your arms down lower. Make it work with your range of motion. Okay? So that was the opening movement, or activate the chi. 3, parting wild horse's mane 3 times. And then white crane flashing its wings. So let's do that one more time. Ready position. Feet are close, but not touching. Knees are soft. Ears, shoulders, hips in alignment. Rotate the palms to face backwards. Shift your weight to the right. Step out to the left. Standing in Wu Ji. Take a moment. Allow your neck and shoulders to relax. Hands are relaxed. Knees are soft. And notice your breath. Now let's activate the chi. So we inhale, we float the arms up. Exhale, drop the elbows, press the hands down. Shift your weight to the right. Form the energy ball, right hand on top. Pull that left foot in. Step out to the left. As you shift your weight to the left, compress that energy ball and the hands glide apart, parting the wild horse's mane. Check your posture, ears, shoulders, hips in alignment. Shift your weight back, adjust the front toe, shift forward, push off that back toe to bring that foot in, form the energy ball, weight is on your left hand is on top, step forward right, toe facing straight ahead. As you shift the energy forward, or shift your weight forward, compress the energy ball, and the hands glide apart. Shift back, adjust that front toe 45 degrees. Shift your weight forward, form that energy ball. Weight is on the right hand is on top. Step forward left. And as you shift your weight forward, part the wild horse's mane. Now our weight is mostly forward. Shift it all the way forward and bring your back foot in halfway, half step. Shift your weight back. Turn the palms to form that energy ball. So your weight is on the right. Left hand is on top of the energy ball. Turn your hips slightly to the right. This is white crane flashing its wings. We're compressing that energy ball. And then the hands glide apart. The left hand comes down and brushes the left knee. Right hand floats up to block here at your forehead. And your left foot, you just kind of lift it up and touch the toe. This is white crane flashing its wings. One more time. Ready position. Feet are close but not touching. Check your posture. Rotate the palms back. Shift your weight to the right. Step out to the left. Notice your breath. Activate the chi. Floating the arms up. Pressing the hands down. Shift your weight to the right. Form the energy ball. Right hand on top. Part the wild horse's mane 3 times. Step out to the left and part the horse's mane. Shift your weight back. Adjust the toe. Shift forward. So your weight is on the left now. Left hand is on top of the energy ball. Step forward to right. As you shift forward, part the wild horse's mane. Shift your weight back. Adjust the front toe. Shift your weight forward and form that energy ball as you bring that back foot in. Step forward left. Part the wild horse's mane. Now we do that half step. Create that energy ball. Shift your weight back. Compress that energy ball as you turn your hips to the right. White crane flashing its wings. Right hand is blocking by your head. The left hand brushed the knee. And the left toe is just touching. Great. So I hope that you guys can follow that okay. I haven't done very many of these videos like this, so feel free to give me some feedback, and I'll try to make another one of the next few movements that you guys can practice. And let me know if you have any questions. Oh, you know what? There are a few things I'm going to point out. So we kind of went over the opening flow things and the posture. So when we part the wild horse's mane, we have, it's like we're holding this energy ball. And I'm going to actually get in stance. And so when we step out, notice that our hips are kind of pointed to the side. And then as we compress that energy ball, our hips turn. So they call this moving from the core, because our hips and our torso move as a cylinder. And so they call it moving from the dantian, because our dantian's here in the lower belly, or our lower dantian is anyway. And so you'll hear it referred to as moving from the dantian or moving from your core. And it just means that when you turn your hips, your whole torso moves as if it were one. You don't like, in Tai Chi, we don't move like twisting motions the way we do in qigong sometimes. So in Tai Chi, this entire torso moves as a core, as a cylinder. So if you're on I'm on my right, so you could be on your left. And you have your energy ball, and you step out. Your back toe is kind of facing at an angle, so that makes your hips face at an angle. And then you step out, you have the toe facing straight forward. But then when you compress and you shift your weight forward, the hips rotate to face the front. You just kind of play with that a little bit. Shift your weight back, adjust the front toe, and then shift your weight forward, rotate the palms, step forward again, and as you shift forward, the hips rotate. Shift back, adjust the toe, shift forward, pull the back foot in. So again, I'm at an angle of the direction I'm walking in. So step out with your left, and as you shift your weight forward, the torso rotates. So another thing to point out is with the arms, We don't want to squeeze the arms against our body because that kind of cuts off the circulation. We always want to have a little space, kind of like like in a lot of movements, it's like you're holding an egg there. So you're not holding it out so far that you're creating tension and stress, but just enough to have a little circulation flowing. So it's the same thing when we do the parting of the horse's mane movements. We don't want to keep the hands close to us. We want to just allow them to naturally flow out. And then we shift back, just the toe. And so when we have this energy ball, we have a little bit of space here in the armpits. And then we're stepping forward. And a lot of times when I first start doing a practice, like the first few movements will be kind of stiff, and I might be a little bit more like, I don't know, contracted. But as I relax into it, it becomes more of a flowing movement. So if you want, you can put on some music and just practice doing parting the horse's mane. You don't necessarily have to do anything else. But I'm going to stop the video for now just so it doesn't get too long, and maybe we'll do another one with just parting the horse's mane. So hope you guys are having a great holiday, and I'll talk to you later.